Good afternoon, everybody. It's November the 9th. It's 3 o'clock, and I'm in my stand now to do an evening hunt. On Tuesday, election day, I was in here hunting just after I went and voted, and was about ready to come out about 11 o'clock. Had a doe come in, and she was within 21 yards. She was right behind me. If I can show you, I think you can see that pink ribbon. Right there's the pink ribbon. She was 21 yards away from me and had a good broadside shot, but the problem was, again, shooting downhill at her. I made sure I pivoted at the waist, but the shot ended up being high and towards the front. And actually, I think I hit the shoulder blade. I used 26-inch arrows, and it looked like there was a good 22, 24 inches of arrow sticking out when she took off down the hill. Immediately, I went down, I seen the hair, didn't see any blood. There was a lot more snow on the ground. I mean, you can see where I just panned around, there's still snow on the ground over here. And I marked the spot with a survey ribbon, which you just seen. And I decided to pack up, get out, and give it some time. So it takes me about an hour to walk back to the truck. I got back to the truck about noon, unloaded my backpack, grabbed the essentials I needed to bring with me. Came back in, it was a little after 1. I started tracking her tracks in the snow. Of course, there was a lot of other deer tracks in the snow. And picked up some faint blood in the snow, found a little bit more, marked each spot with a survey ribbon, and kept following the tracks, what little bit of blood I found. Then I found some blood under a hemlock which had no snow, just some leaves. There was about 2 tablespoons of blood in those leaves underneath that hemlock, and it was dark red blood. So I knew I didn't get a lung, and I kept tracking it on down the hollow. Found a little blood here, a little blood there, kept marking with a survey ribbon, seen it was pretty much a straight line. And I got down almost to the bottom of the hollow and lost the blood. And the further in the hollow I got, the snow got less and less, because in that area there's a lot more hemlock. So couldn't find any blood in the leaves. So then I done a massive search. I searched to the left of the trail, I searched to the right of the trail, I searched down to the creek, and I spent almost 5 hours searching. Jumped about 11 other deer, but never found that deer, never found another drop of blood. Got back in here this evening a little early. I walked down through there, thought I might find the arrow. Maybe the arrow fell out. Maybe underneath that hemlock where that dark red blood was at, the arrow might be laying in around that area. Never found the arrow. So I'm hoping to see that deer on camera again. It was a nice doe. She was by herself. Like I said, I didn't get much penetration at all. So I'm thinking if that arrow had come out, she'll heal up. So I just have to pray that that deer didn't become coyote food. But I'm in here this evening. We're going to give it another try. We know there's a nice 6, there's a nice 8. 10 points still in here. Jerod may be over this evening. I haven't got a text message from him yet. He had to go take care of some things and pick up his deer meat from the doe that he shot on Friday, it was ready yesterday. So I don't know if he'll be here or not. So I'm going to be in here for the duration. Get sunset about 5:30. So I'll probably head out here about 5:45. So we'll just sit back and see what happens. Stay tuned. Two fawns feeding up on the hill. They've been here almost every day that I've been in here hunting. Sometimes they're down at Jerod's spot, and sometimes they're here at my spot. Of course, they're way away. Of course, being fawns, I wouldn't shoot them. But it's a good sign to see some deer activity. Something had them startled just a little bit ago. I think it might have been some turkeys crossing the top of that ridge right up there. But they're staying up there. Figured they'd work their way down this way where there's no snow. They may eventually do that. Right now they're staying up there. I think both them fawns bedded down. Right there. Right there. It's almost 20 minutes after 5. According to AccuWeather on my cell phone, sunset is 5:16. So I got about another 25 minutes of shooting light. I'm getting ready to come down, but I'm going to try to give it another 10 minutes, another 15 minutes before I go out of here. Them fawns, they finally got up about 10 minutes till 5, and they fed on up top of the hill, over the ridge, and then disappeared. So I haven't seen nothing else. Bunch of squirrels. They've been barking like crazy all evening. Kept me kind of on my toes, because every time I'd hear one bark, I know it was far enough away. It wasn't me it was barking at. Of course, I'm sitting still. So I figured must be a deer, turkey, or something moving. But I never did see anything, so stick it out here for another 10 or 15 minutes, then I'm going to call it quits and head out. Be back in first thing in the morning. Morning, everybody. It's November the 10th. It's about 6:30, 6:35 in the morning. We're in our stands, and Jerod's in his. I was coming into mine. I jumped one coming in. Couldn't see it, just heard it go down the hill. So we're in here for the duration. This is really our last weekend before we go to camp for our West Virginia bucks only rifle season. So we're here for the duration today. So just sit back and we'll see what happens. Well, folks, got my first deer of the year. Big, tall spike. He come in on top of the ridge up here. Right up from up there. Come down to right in there. He was right about there, about 25 yards when I shot. He come in. Chased off a 3-point. And then he come down the hill to my spot, and I shot just a little bit back, but it was a good hit right there where he was laying. He was just standing there and bedded down. So it was about 7:25. I'm just sitting here waiting. I just want to make sure. I don't want to get down because he's got his back to me, so I'm not 100% sure that he's down for the count, but he hasn't moved. But I'm giving it at least an hour, then I'll get down out of the stand. I don't even going over the hill. So we got one. Jerod's got one. I've got one. Now we can concentrate on the big boys. Okay, I'm down out of my tree stand. I'm gonna go recover the arrow and go recover my deer. He is finished. He's down. So I'm just now out of the tree stand. There's the tree stand. And I'm going to go see if I can find the arrow. Yeah. There lays the deer. Down for the count. And there's where he jumped. There's the arrow. You can see the hair on the leaves. Yeah, there it is. You can see the hair on the leaves. Here in the snow. And right there's the arrow. And see here where I shot. And over there is the tree stand. Okay, well, here he is. Look at the exit wound. Don't let anybody fool you about rage broadheads. You hear so much stuff about slivers and chunks using fixed blade, but I mean, you look at the ground here. Now, he didn't come very far. He was just up on the other side of that pine tree when I shot him from my tree stand, 25 yards. And he's come right down through here. There was blood. And he got right in here and he stood for a while, and then he just fell over, started kicking. So, time for me to get ready. Get him out of here. Okay, I'm back over here on the hunting club property. I'm parked the truck already and I'm walking back to the woods. I'm gonna go to my second tree stand. Got 22 Magnum with me, do a little squirrel hunting since Jerod's in here and he's hoping to get that 10 point. Took my deer and got it checked in and took it up to the chop shop. That's where they cut up the deer. Would cut it up myself, but right now my building that I do the cutting in is too full to set up a table and cut and process deer, so pay somebody else to do it. But have the 22 Magnum with me. Do a little squirrel hunting. I seen a bunch of them this morning. Stay over here until Jerod's ready to come out. He seen that 10 point, me and him both running that doe while I was working my deer. So I know he's pumped up and excited. So, but get ready to get back in the woods. Well, today's hunt's over. I assume Jerod didn't get anything. He's checking his cameras now. I just finished checking mine. Pulled one, so I still have two that I'll have to pull this next week before I go up to Greenbrier County for our 2-week rifle season, bucks only. But as you can tell, it's dark, and waiting on Jerod to meet me right here, and we're going to head on home. I did see the two young deer at my tree stand when I went to check my multi camera. My other stand that I went and sat in a little while this evening, never seen any deer. Seen a couple squirrels. I didn't bother shooting at them, but it's 5:45, so as you can tell, it's getting dark. So that's it for bow season for a while. Week after next is Thanksgiving week, and that's the start of the West Virginia bucks only firearm season. And after that's done, we got a doe season, a muzzleloader season. Bow season goes to the 31st, so I know December 31st, so I know we'll be back in here. So farewell for now. Next video will probably be from Greenbrier County during the buck only season.